We have the saying of the next person is our customer. So even internally as work colleagues, we view each other as customers, and then that way you're passing on the best product to the customer. The heads are forged in Japan, in Hiroshima, and then the heads will be shipped to the factory, Mizuno Scotland factory, and from there we'll start to take all the components into stock and then start to assemble the golf clubs. The Japanese looked at what areas were available to set up the factory, and the home of golf. Golf's very important to the Mizuno family, so we decided that this would be the best place to have the factory that would supply the whole of Europe. We have all the components in the different locations, and then the custom order will come out. That will produce a material list. It will tell the operator which location to go to, what style, colour, fit, how many to pick. The operator will pick that. They'll then double check to make sure that the components match the order, and they'll lay that out per order for the production department to start assembly. One of the important things we do is when we pick the components, then we're passing each other the order for them all the time. So if I'm picking the heads, I'm working with the order for them. Pick the heads and I then pass that to the shaft picker. They'll pick the shafts to go with it, they'll pick the heads to go with it, and then everything moves together, because we obviously have lots of clubs to assemble which are all different specifications. The laser marking basically shows us when the clubs were assembled. If we have any complaints from any customers or any warranty issues, then we can track it back, we can have a look at when we sold it, and we can start to investigate it from there. We've got it set up so that it automatically changes the date every day, so that's our serial number. So once everything's all set up, we just need to ensure that when we put the heads onto the small tree that we place into the machine, everything's straight, the hosels are all straight, and it's literally from there we press the button and everything happens automatically. I would say the loft and lie is the first process in production. Everything's done by feel and then checked 100% by eye. I think the important thing at the loft and lie is that loft and lie gauge is used in Jude factory, where our irons are forged, and it's also used in the actual head vendor themselves. So across the board we all use the same machinery, and then tolerance should be the same, everything should be tight. If we take a new employee on, then we spend 9 months and we cover from the first process to the last process within production, and we ensure that people understand first of all what the quality requirements are, and then we can build on speed and experience, but quality is really important, and that's what we need to cover first of all. We obviously have the custom order programme, which is set up to show which models, which shafts, which grips we offer within specifications, but you will always have individuals who will fall out with that. So it's not, in our interest to say to someone, well, that's our custom order programme, although it offers lots of variables, you can only have that. We will look at individual specification and requirements, and we will always try to build to that. If I'm in a golf shop and I'm having a look at some product, then the grip alignment's the first thing that I always check, and if it's off it can stand out like a sore thumb. I think most people will apply the grip after the head has actually been glued to the shaft. If that happens, then you have a tolerance in all components, so it's more accurate to do the gluing once all the components are built together. We believe that when customers are going for a fitting and they're trying the different head weights and shaft weights, and they're then deciding with the fitter what the best specification is for them, then we need to replicate that in the factory. To get the swing weight accurate so that every club feels the same, we can insert our tip weights. Important for Mizuno is that we have tip weights ranging from 1 grams to a maximum of 5 grams. Our tolerance on the swing weight is 1 gram. Can you even feel 1 gram? But that's how precise we are. Assembling a custom order golf club is much more difficult than assembling a standard golf club, but I believe that we have looked at all the areas and we pull together as a team and we make it happen. At every stage then you can see the care. You're working with machinery, and we believe that when that becomes a finished product, we want the customer to be absolutely delighted with. So the gluing process begins with applying 1 gram of glue into the hosel. We'll put some glue around the tip of the shaft. We'll then insert the shaft into the hosel. We'll wipe off any excess glue from the hosel. A camera will come down showing us the grip alignment. We have a laser coming across the score line. When you have lasers and you have cameras and you have things helping you at that process, then you can ensure accuracy. Comes straight out of the glue oven and it goes on to the finishing line section. And the first process of that is to do the ferrule sanding. We fit the ferrule and then we'll grind it down to ensure that it's the correct diameter with the hosel. We'll then shine the ferrule up and we will clean the shaft, we'll clean the head. Cosmetically, we just want the customer to open the box and have the wow factor, so everything's spotless. The last person is our quality control. Although we have all of these machines, we have tight tolerances. Some people would argue, why do you need to check it at a QC process at the end of the line again? It's Mizuno's way, we want it to be perfect, so when it goes in the box, it exactly meets the customer's expectations. I think it's how it comes together, basically. I think we have lots of processes within it, and custom order can have a machine, the machine will do what you want it to do, but you need someone to understand what's required at that process. So for me, the team is the key area. We need to have experienced people here, hence the reason why we don't have a high turnover of staff. People who generally join our company, then stay with us. Once it's finished, we'll move the product to the warehouse, who'll ship out the same day that we move the product there. So in reality, someone going for a fitting at the moment will receive their golf clubs within 2 to 3 days. We're obviously individuals, but we like to say, we have a phrase that we are a family. At the end of the day, we spend a lot of time here, probably more time with each other than we do with our own families. So it's really important. Teamwork is what makes this place happen. It's not an individual, it's definitely down to teamwork.